Well, we start with the breaking news from the last hour, and it's good news for Arsenal. William Saliba has agreed a new 5-year contract with the club. His existing deal was up in summer 2027, so this extends that by 3 years. Since making his Arsenal debut in 2022, Saliba's established himself as one of the best defenders in Europe and formed a terrific partnership with Gabriel. And speaking on Sky Sports FC, Charlie Austin says there's only one defender in the Premier League who can match Saliba.
That's massive for Arsenal, and looking at it, he's going to be on par with Virgil van Dijk, the best centre-half in the league, really, and that's where he's at. He's highly thought of by Arsenal, the Arsenal fans, and look, they've reacted quickly and got probably arguably one of their best players tied down to a new deal.
Well, since making his Arsenal debut, the 24-year-old has kept the most clean sheets of any defender in the Premier League. He's also won the most possession in the middle of the pitch of any defender, while he ranks third for passes completed and total touches and scores highly in goals scored and aerial duels won as well. So if Saliba does agree this new deal, he'd be the 6th Arsenal first-team player to do so in the last 2 years. Youngsters Miles Lewis-Skelly and Ethan Nwaneri, Saliba's regular defensive partner Gabriel, Ben White and club captain Martin Ødegaard have all extended. Now, Sky Sports have partnered with Fanalysis, an app where passionate fans share their opinions on their club. If you want to represent your club, you just scan this QR code here or visit the Sky Sports app for more details on it. Well, let's speak live now to Arsenal supporter Toby Parks to get more on this. Toby, great to see you. I can see the smile on your face. How important was it then to tie William Saliba down?
I mean, it's so important. He's probably one of our most important players, maybe our most important. I mean, you certainly could argue he's top 2-3 centre-backs in the world, maybe alongside Van Dijk, even Gabriel next to him. And, there's a lot of noise externally around Arteta and what's going on there. And I think that really is external, because what you can see here, and I know Saka's probably shortly coming along with a contract too, is that the players are fully on board with what's going on at the club, and they're fully on board with the project. So unbelievably delighted that he's there. It's just mad to think that when he actually joined, that it was 2 years where he was on loan, and a lot of fans didn't even think he would ever play for the club in the end, given.
Substitute Gabriel Martinelli scored a stoppage-time equaliser as Arsenal drew with Manchester City in a hard-fought Premier League game. It is the second match in a row that Martinelli has made an impact off the bench, having provided a goal and assist against Athletic Club in the Champions League in midweek. Arsenal boss Mikel Arteta said his finishers could be more important than the starting 11 after Tuesday's win in Bilbao, and that belief was again backed up at Emirates Stadium. The Gunners went behind in the 9th minute on Sunday when Erling Haaland rolled past David Raya at the end of a devastating City counter-attack. Arsenal pushed for an equaliser for much of the second half and were rewarded with Martinelli's dinked finish in the 93rd minute. Arteta again named a midfield three of Martin Zubimendi, Declan Rice and Mikel Merino, and the Gunners struggled to create any chances of note before the break, much to the frustration of the home crowd. Eberechi and Bukayo Saka, who was returning from a hamstring injury, were introduced at the start of the second half, and the hosts immediately started playing with more intensity. Zubimendi shot just over from the edge of the box, and Ease forced Donnarumma into a smart save as Arsenal chased a leveller. However, City continued to threaten on the counter-attack, with Belgium winger Jeremy Doku their main outlet. In the latter stages, City boss Pep Guardiola responded to Arsenal's threat by switching to a back five as the visitors looked to protect their lead. However, Martinelli latched on to Ease's injury time through ball and lifted his finish over the onrushing Donnarumma to the jubilation of the home fans. Arteta is now the only boss to have gone 5 successive games unbeaten against Guardiola in his managerial career. Arsenal analysis. Finishers make mark, but questions for Arteta over selection. The Gunners came into this game after an impressive win in Bilbao where the substitutes bench proved the difference, and it was the finishers who rescued a point on Sunday. The £250 million Arsenal spent this summer means the club have given Arteta an abundance of options when things are not going his way. But his team selection in big games is going to be key if the Gunners are to lift a trophy this season. Having started with the same central midfield Zubimendi, Rice and Merino as a midweek, it was clear early on in the first half that Arsenal needed some more attacking flair on the pitch. The same trio also began the 1-0 loss to Liverpool and led to criticism of Arteta's conservative approach when playing against some of their rivals. The home supporters in the stadium became increasingly frustrated with their side's lack of creativity, despite the efforts of Noni Madueke, who was the most threatening player. In the opening 45 minutes, Arteta brought on ease and Saka at the break, and the impact was immediate as Arsenal upped the ante and managed to pen City in for large spells. This has been an excellent week for Martinelli, who has scored 2